Hey everybody, if you guys are anything like me and you see a muddy puddle, you are gonna drive straight through it and try to make a big old splash. It's tons of fun. It's awesome when it covers your windshield and windshield wipers go crazy, but it does make a huge mess of your engine bay because your wheel well liners do a pretty good job, but there's definitely still room around the suspension for that water to get splashed up inside here. So you can see it's all over up here. It's all over everything in my engine bay, and I'll bring the camera in and show you that in a minute. But I don't have a specific method to clean the engine bay. I've seen people that put plastic over their battery and their alternator and just take a foam cannon and a pressure washer to it. I mean, that's an option. I don't want to go that route yet until I decide that that is the easiest way to go, because there's a lot of plugs and harnesses, and I know it's all supposed to be not watertight, but able to be splashed and stuff. I just don't want to hit the wrong thing with the pressure washer and mess it up. So I've got 3 products here. So this is WR Performance Products Total Wash. I bought their kit that was 2 of the bottles that you put on a foam cannon for a touchless wash on the outside, and then this is their heavy duty, and it's for cleaning bugs, cleaning wheels and tires, and it actually has a picture of an engine, so I'm assuming it's for engine bay, and it says strong biodegradable formula, removes bug guts, brake dust, and oily grime. So oily grime and dirt is what's in here, so I think this will work pretty well. The next thing I have is MAXL ONE, and this is quickly becoming one of my favorite all-around cleaners. I use it in my kitchen to clean my marble countertops today, and it did an awesome job. So this is another really great one. It's good for really anything. And then the thing I like about this is it specifically says it's for plastic, it's for chrome, it's for painted surfaces, it's for trim, it's for rubber, and it can withstand 600 degrees Fahrenheit. So not that any of these can't do that, because really you're wiping it on and wiping it off. It's not like you're putting it on there and letting it coat for a whole bunch. I'm not sure what the temperature is, and you would never put it on it when it's 600, but the fact that they put that in there tells me they're thinking about engine bays. The last product I have is this Turtle Wax Hybrid Solution Ceramic 3-in-1 Detailer. I really like this stuff for the outside of my truck and for the windshield and glass all around. I'm curious how it's gonna do in here. It doesn't say anywhere on here that it's made for rubber or plastic. It doesn't say you can't use it there either, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So we'll see what happens. So first thing I'm going to do is take each one of these things to one specific spot in my truck, clean it, let it sit for a minute, wipe it off, and then decide which one's the best and then which one I'm going to do the entire engine bay with and go from there. So I'll just get into it and see what happens. All right, so first up we got the lid of the airbox, and I used the Total Wash Heavy Duty on this one. It got it clean, but there's weird lines in it. It's not real, it doesn't feel like it left anything on there. It feels like all it did was clean, which is fine. I could always come back with some 303 and spray it on there, but I'm hoping for more of a, one and done kind of thing. So definitely got the dirt off. It looks black again, but it doesn't feel like it has a coating. So we're gonna move over to the intake pipe here with the MAXL ONE and see how that looks. So now this is the intake going, or the pipe going to the driver's side turbo. I use MAXL ONE on this, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar material to the lid of the intake box, and it's shinier. It looks like it put a little bit of a protective coat on it. It did a great job cleaning it, and then, I got some fingerprints on it already, but it definitely feels like there's some sort of coating on it as well. It feels like there's a little bit of protection, which makes sense because this thing has a ceramic coating. What does it say on here? It's powered by Trifene, so it's some sort of newer ceramic coating product, and it did a pretty good job. I'm happy with how that looks, more so than the airbox lid. All right, so on to the last one. This was the ceramic 3-in-1 detailer. I don't think this has a whole lot of cleaning solution in it, and it kind of shows. This didn't get quite as black as the other ones. It got the dirt off, but it's still kind of like a dark gray more than a black. So I think this is more for really smooth surfaces that have already been cleaned. I don't think you'd want to go around and clean a dirty solution or a dirty spot like this with this type of product. So I will keep it for the outside, but I don't think it's made for the engine bay. So now that I have kind of chosen which one I'm going to use, and I have a whole nother bottle of this stuff, I'm just going to start here and work my way over with the MAXL ONE and just try to clean as much as I can. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to clean every wiring harness, but I'm going to try to get the big spots, big things like this up in here as well. All right, everybody, that's the video. I spent 18 total minutes doing this, so nothing crazy. I'm going back out this weekend. I'm gonna be driving through mud puddles. I didn't want to go nuts cleaning this just to get it all dirty again, but I was curious to see if you can just use regular, like the things you would use on the outside of your truck for the engine bay. And based on what I read, MAXL ONE is safe for everything on this. I gotta believe that the Turtle Wax is also safe for everything on this, but it didn't really have a cleaning agent in it like the Total Wash on the MAXL ONE. So it didn't do as good of a job getting it back to like really black plastic. It was more of like a dark gray, and once I hit it with the MAXL ONE, it got a little darker. So I think that's the way to go for me. If there are products out there like engine bay version of scrubbing bubbles, please let me know. I haven't even Googled it because I have this stuff in my garage. I'm gonna research this, but I'm curious what you guys use to do this. I'm hesitant to take a foam cannon and a pressure washer to this. I know it's made to be like water resistant from water getting splashed up or driving through up to a certain height, but I'm curious with all these plugs up here, if you hit it with the pressure washer at the wrong angle and get water in there, I gotta believe that's a bad thing. So I'm curious what people do to clean their engine bays. All the cars I've had in the past are not trucks or vehicles that I've driven through big mud puddles. Normally I can just go in with a rag and a little bit of like, you know, inning cleaning thing and just clean it off. And usually they have covers so you're not seeing all of this as well. But this is the first truck that I've actually cared how the engine bay looks. It's only a year old and I want it to look nice. So that's it. 18 minutes. It looks good from afar, but it's far from good when you get in close because I didn't get down into like the actual engine and the hoses for the radiator and stuff down low. I just really did this front piece, the air intake, the air filter lid, and then the the intake pipe to the turbo, this charge pipe going off the turbo to the intercooler, this charge pipe, and then I did the battery cover and the fuse cover, just the big plastic pieces that are on top that really make a big difference if you just glance at it. But like from the angle you are looking at, it probably looks okay. But if I brought the camera in here, and I'm gonna do it even though it's embarrassing. So now that we're in here closer, you can see I just did a top level, like quick, I don't even want to call it a rinse, quick wipe down. I did the big flat surfaces like I said, but everything below the top level is still dirty. There's dirt inside all these crevices. There's dirt on everything down here. All the water pipes, the radiator pipes and stuff have dirt and muck on them. But anyway, a quick glance, it looks okay. And every car I've had in the past had an engine cover, so it was easy, just wipe that down, and everything else was pretty flat also. But this is just chaos in here. I know it all has its purposes. I mean, you gotta have your cooling lines, you gotta have your air lines from your intake to your turbos, from your turbos to your intercooler, from your intercooler back into the intake. So I mean, there's a lot going on here and all the sensors and stuff, but it doesn't look great, and I gotta believe there's some other product out there to make this a lot easier. So that's the video. I kind of feel like I wasted my time. I'm not sure how much anybody cares about this. I wanted it to look really nice, but it's just too much. With all these things and no engine cover, it's hard to make it look good without spending hours and hours or having specialty tools. So I probably won't do this again until I'm just done off-roading with it, which is gonna be never. So really, this is probably just gonna stay dirty from now on, unless one of you guys has a great tip on how to do it. All right, that's it for today. Cheers.